Hello, my name is Duncan Sumter-Fazio, and I will be showing you how to pick open Bullkeys Clear Practice Padlock. Now, a quick warning, you should never attempt to pick open a lock that you do not own or have been given permission to pick by the lock's owner. To get started, you are going to need one picking tool and one tensioning tool. These two tools are being provided, I have picked up from the GoSo beginner's lockpicking set. I picked it up a few years ago, and I've been working with them for a long time now, and they've been working pretty good for me. Specifically, I'm going with a short hook on the pick, which allows me to really make the most out of these wide keyway, and just a small tension hook that I'm very comfortable with. Now, the lock itself is a clear acrylic. This is to enable you to see inside of it better. Sorry for the glare, I'll try my best to keep that out of it. And the metal shackle made out of a stainless steel. The particular durability of this lock is not its key point. It's not particularly a strong or durable lock by any means. But it is a 6-pin and tumbler lock that is roughly 2 by 3 inches on the profile, and that the profile is roughly ½ an inch thick. Now, this lock specifically, locks in general, you've got your shackle, which holds the padlock closed, and then the locking mechanism that allows it to open. The keyway, where you would insert your key, which in turn allows you to rotate the plug. I'll give you a quick little demonstration here. You would insert the key into the keyway, turn the key, which would rotate the plug. You can see that kind of starting to go there. Additionally, you have your Bible up at the top of the plug. This is where the springs and the driver pins rest most of the time. And then inside of the plug, you also have your key pins. To show you real quick, key pins are generally inside the plug. There would be 6 of them for each of the driver pins. You also have a retaining pin back here, which keeps everything in place. Now, to begin picking, you would insert your tensioning tool into the keyway. You can insert it into the top of the keyway, but I find this to be in the way most of the time, unless you have a tension tool specifically designed for it. So we'll be inserting it to the bottom of the keyway. Then you are just going to apply pressure to the tensioning tool. To begin, you'll start by inserting your pick into the keyway, and you're going to look for the binding pin. Now, the reason the plug does not rotate is because one of these pins is in the way. It is the first point of contact between the plug and the pins. Now, due to machining inconsistencies, one of these pins might be a little smaller, or the holes might be not quite aligned. Either way, one of them is holding tight, and you can see that a lot of these pins move around relatively freely. However, one of them, and on this lock it just happens to be pin number 1, is binding very tightly. You can see that when you attempt to press up on this pin, it resists that motion. And you gotta press. This is the binding pin. To begin picking the lock, you must find the first binding pin. You're going to press that up until you hear that clicking sound. That click is the sound of the lock snapping into place, and you have now picked that first lock. Now, an important point of note is the stronger the tension you're putting onto the lock, the stronger that click is going to be, and the louder it's going to be easier to find. Now, one issue that you may encounter as you are picking pins, or as you are picking your pins, is that you may accidentally overset one of your pins. This is when you have picked the pin and then continued to press the key pin up into the Bible. Upon doing this, you have two options. You can either go all the way and try to pick that key pin all the way up into the Bible, which I think I may have done, which essentially undoes the overset. It can now rotate freely with both the key pin and the driver pin pressed up into the Bible. Most locks will not allow this, but on the off chance that yours does, this is an option. Additionally, what you can attempt to do is just slightly alleviate pressure till it pops back down and just go at it a little more carefully. Then all you need to do is continue working through them, finding the binding pin, and pressing it up until you hear that click. I'm slightly out of order. There we go. Then all you have to do is, once you've picked all the pins, rotate the plug and the lock pops open. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, you can go ahead and contact me at my email address here. Thank you.